Imagine if you were only like 15 years old, but you had to live every single day looking over your shoulder and waiting for someone whom you thought was going to kill you.
I'm afraid someday he's gonna find me, he's gonna come back.
She used to call me all the time. I'd hear how she's gonna put me in the hospital.
This is the beginning of an extraordinarily dangerous set of events.
Oh,
you are
right.
a liar. You're a straight-up liar. All you want is attention.
I walk around constantly scared. He had people tell me that they were going to kill me.
I'm followed no matter where I go.
It's hard to trust anybody.
I don't feel safe.
I went to the cops more than once. They couldn't do nothing unless he did something to me first.
He went and purchased a gun, and he shot her down in the driveway.
Being stalked is one of the most terrifying things that can happen to anyone. But what would it be like if you were a teenager and you felt that someone was watching your every move, threatening and tormenting you day after day? I think that would be pretty terrifying. Worse, if you were so young, it would be hard to handle. Well, meet Lacey. Lacey is young. She's 18 years old and says for the last 5 years, this girl, Goldie, has been stalking her. She says that Goldie has terrorized her so badly and made her life so miserable that she really can't go anywhere without wondering, when is Goldie going to show up and attack her? Goldie says Lacey is nothing but a liar, says she's never stalked anyone. So Lacey, first let's ask you, how did all of this start? What happened?
Well, I met Goldie in 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yes, that's when I first met Goldie. Okay. And then we lost contact. And then I'd never heard from her again, and I had met Kevin.
You met Kevin when you were how old?
At the end of 8th grade.
Okay.
And I did not know anything about him and Goldie. I hadn't talked to Goldie for like a year and a half. And then Kevin had asked me out. So I went out with him for like a week and a half.
Yeah, these high school romances go on a long time, don't they?
I know, real long.
Real commitment. They had a week and a half, okay?
And then after that, I started getting phone calls.
No, wait, you went out with him only for a week and a half. Was there any sex? Nothing involved, just a guy you went out with for a week and a half?
I kissed him twice.
After you broke up, or whatever the teenage phrase was at that time, what happened? You started getting phone calls.
Yeah, she started calling me, and then she thought I was at my cousin's house, and her and another girl went and maced her like through the window because they thought I was over there. And then they've tried setting me up before at like parties and stuff. They went and tried having my best friend set me up.
What does set me up?
Like they'll invite me over, and she'll have somebody else invite me over somewhere, and then I'll find out like I won't go there and stuff because I really don't trust it. Then I'll find out like that night or the next day that Goldie was there with like 3 or 4 other girls, and she was gonna beat the shit out of me and all this other stuff.
Aside from the language, so set me up means beat me up. Now, you're accusing her of stalking. You understand?
Yes.
You understand what the word stalking means?
She calls me.
It means
When do I call you? I don't even have your number. I don't even know where you live.
Right. You've known where I've lived for the last 5 years.
All right, wait, Goldie, hold on a minute. Lacey, I'm asking you, do you know what stalking is?
Yeah, I think
It's an
stalking
obsessive...
She has been bothering me for the last 5 years. She's came after me so many times.
When you're about to be 15-year-old little Michelle Bates up, beat someone up your own size, pig.
Oh,
I'll
my
stop you,
God,
bitch.
please.
You don't beat up little girls.
I don't beat up little girls.
Goldie, hold on.
Friend,
All right.
this little girl came up.
Wait,
I had a broken leg. She came up, kicked me a broken leg.
Oh, did she? Your leg wasn't even broken then. Why are you lying?
Yeah, you can ask Stacy. I had a big brace
All right,
on
now
there.
wait. Give me point by point what you mean by stalking.
She used to call me all the time. I'd hear from her cousins and from all her friends what she was gonna do to me when she finds me, how she's gonna put me in the hospital.
How often would she call you?
I was getting phone calls. God, at first it was every single day I'd get at least 5 phone calls a day from different people.
All right, 5 phone calls a day for how long?
From all different people.
For how long?
This went on and off for about a year. And then I moved away for a while, and I called Goldie the night before I left. And I remember that when we talked?
When did we talk?
Before I went to Omegon?
When did
This
you
was
go
like
there?
2 years ago.
No, 2 years ago? Lacey, I was in Waverly pregnant.
Okay, it was maybe 2.5 years ago.
See, you need to get your straight, because you're a liar, man.
Oh, my God. Oh,
you are a liar. You're a straight-up liar. All you want is attention.
From who? Not from you.
All right. Lacey.
You better look in the dictionary and look
5
the word
years
stocking up.
is a very long time. Do you feel you're accusing
She's
her?
still, just 2 months ago, me and Stacy had a party.
Yep, and I
She
punched you,
showed
yep,
up
yep.
with 8 of her friends.
8 of my friends.
When?
And this
Because
was
you don't
over
have any
5
friends
years
except
ago.
for Stacy.
When?
This was 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
And I asked her, I walked up to her when they first walked in, I said, do you have
Is
a problem
she
with
still-
me? And she said, no. She waited till I had my back turned.
Oh, you were looking
then
right
what'd
at me.
she
I
do?
said, Lacey, pow. You were looking right at me.
No, I was not looking right at you.
I swear to God, on the love of my son, yeah, you were.
Goldie,
I'm sorry.
are you a mother?
Yes, I am.
2 months ago, you got into what sounds like a high school argument,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're a woman who has
Do
a
you know
child.
why?
Why?
Do you want to hear my side of the story?
Surely.
All right.
She is claiming for 5 years you've stalked her.
Okay, yeah, we did go to junior high school together, all right? And then I moved away, all right? I was going out with Kevin. She told you guys that we liked the same guy? She liked my boyfriend. Kevin got drunk one night. Shut up. Kevin got drunk one night, and she is a neighborhood hoe. They have herpes.
I am
they
not
spread
a
it around. I
neighborhood
swear
hoe.
to God, you can call anybody.
I don't even hang around these people.
Yeah, I don't
All right,
associate
all
with
right,
people
but we
like
are
you. You're
talking
a
about.
slut.
Wait a minute. We're talking about the.
I am not.
Hey,
a slut.
guys, we're talking about the 8th grade here.
I know, but okay, 8th grade had nothing to do with this, all right? I moved away.
How old are you now?
I'm 19. All right.
We were talking about the 8th
grade. I know. This isn't when it happened in 8th grade, though. She's totally got her times wrong.
Oh my God.
All right,
no,
okay.
give me the
I'm not.
times.
All right, I was
So
okay.
8th grade, she went out with your boyfriend. Big deal. Next.
No, okay. Okay, I was 15. I was living back with my mom. I was going out with this guy, Kevin, okay? Anyways, he'd go to parties, you know, whatever, and she's always at parties, whatever. And anyways, he got really drunk, and he kissed her, all right? I was like, whatever, you know, just whatever. And I was going over to Kevin's, you know, we were going to talk things out. We were broken up, all right? He goes, Lacey said, you better not be here when she gets here. And I was like, oh, really?
Oh, right.
Shut up, Lacey. I know you did.
But we're still talking the
Yeah, I
8th
know. Okay, the
grade.
years are going on, though. Okay, I'm getting up there.
The years are going on.
Yeah, all right. Me, Kevin.
What do you think of what you're hearing? Will somebody closer to this age group help me
I
out?
think I'm 18 years old, and I can't remember the stuff that happened to me in 8th grade. I think she is a mother. How old is your child?
My child will be 2 January
Then I think
1st.
you should grow up because you're acting at
When
the
some
age of
bitch...
your child.
Oh,
I have talked to
she
Kevin.
stalked me!
I have talked to
You're
Kevin.
acting like a 2-year-old.
5 times
No,
in the last
when you're
2 and
you
a
don't
half
know how she
years.
is. You don't know her.
5 times. I talked to him
5
5
years ago,
times.
move on.
That's what I do.
All right,
changed
last summer.
my whole
Last
group
summer,
of
me and
friends.
Kevin lived
I
together.
don't hang around any.
Lacey.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
hang around
Goldie,
any of them.
Lacey is saying,
I just want this.
Lacey
I
is
want him to
saying
leave
that
me
for
alone.
5
don't
years
even
you've
call
been
you.
stalking her. Have you really been stalking her?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
You
right.
have not.
Do you have a car?
Do I have a car? Yes.
Okay, if you have a car, how can I stalk you? Because I don't have a car.
That has nothing to do with it.
Then what is stalking? Following her around, calling her all the time? Well, I don't call her. I don't have her number. You don't even know about it.
You do too have my number.
No, I don't have.
Excuse me. Okay. You're how old?
I'm 19.
And you're how old?
18.
Okay. Grow up. I mean, first of all, and you're sitting there, I can't believe the language that you're using as a young lady.
Goldie, have you ever done anything to Lacey or tried to hurt her? Have you
Yeah,
ever
I
touched
punched her. Yep, I punched her.
You punched her.
And it
And
felt
how many
good.
times did you come after me? When Kevin's pulled you off me? I'm 36.
All right, you are admitting that you
And
punched
then-
her.
Yep, I punched her one time.
Are you two guys fighting over a guy? That's
No.
why you guys are fighting.
I
It's not
have-
worth
that's
it,
how it
okay?
started.
It's
I
not
agree
worth
with
it.
you.
It is
I
not
talked
worth
to
it.
him
And you
5
punching her in
times
the
in the
face,
last
it's not going to
almost 3
solve
years.
anything.
Can I tell my
It's
story?
just not going to solve
I don't want
anything.
anything to do
I
with
think
him. I
she's
don't
right.
call
Are
him.
you going out with Kevin?
No.
Whose child is yours child?
Kevin's.
It is Kevin's.
It's not worth it. It is not worth it.
Yeah, but
It's not worth it. You two should not be fighting over no boy. 'cause
Kevin
it's
does
not
what
over
I see,
a boy.
okay?
This was in 8th grade.
Lacey, you brought it up to the years. Call my house at 2 in the morning.
Punching her in the face is not going to make a difference because Kevin could be sleeping with all these other people.
Why don't we bring up all the other girls, Goldie, that you had problems with?
It's not about them. It's about me and you, chunk.
Goldie, why would she call you a stalker if you're not?
For attention. I don't stalk her.
Why would I want attention from you?
What's your name?
Lacey.
All right, Lacey. if she's stalking you, there's things you can do. You can get an order of protection,
If
and
I get a restraining
then you wouldn't
order,
even have to
she'll
worry
have
about
somebody
it.
else do it.
But wait, don't worry about it. Just
I've already
that's
heard,
one thing that you. I mean, obviously, from the way you're talking, you haven't done it yet. That's something you could do if you really care about how much she's stalking you. And second, what's your name?
Goldie.
Goldie?
Goldie. If you're not stalking her, you shouldn't care if she.
I don't
if
care.
She
That's
gets an
why I'm
order
here.
of
If I was
protection.
stalking her, you think I'd be here today?
And third, you guys are making Kevin look mighty good because you're fighting over him. 18 and 19 years
This is not
old.
about Kevin.
Kevin
Don't
must
you
be a hell of a guy.
I talked to him 5 times in the last 2 to 3 years. If I wanted Kevin, don't you think I'd talk to him more than 5
Well, you
times?
sure wouldn't have him.
I don't want him.
This
You
isn't-
can have him.
I got him.
Well, then keep him. Jesus.
Why are you saying I
This is not about
I just
Kevin.
want you to leave me alone.
When do I
sick
call
of
you?
this.
When do I call
I'm
you?
sick of
When
having-
do I call you?
Hello?
You
Goldie?
call up in my answering machine. I have recorded messages.
Lacey
I have
says
them on tape.
that not only have you been stalking her, but you stalk other girls. Is that true?
Who?
She said
Darla.
Chrissy.
Christy.
You wanted to beat up
Chrissy who?
Stacy.
Stacy, I wanted to beat you up? When was this?
Because she talked to
Wait a
John on
minute.
the phone. And John's
Wait a
not even
minute.
her boyfriend.
Hello?
I don't
Stacy
think
talked to
so.
a guy on
I
the
don't
phone.
think so.
So
Can I
Goldie was
ask-
going to beat her up.
Whatever.
Can I
say
ask
whatever you wanna
who
say.
you are?
Lacey's best friend.
With herpes.
Has she stalked you?
Well, she's called my house threatening to beat me up.
Why? Are you going out with this Kevin?
No.
Why would she do that?
Because this dude told me not to call his house, and I did. So he called her up and told her to call me and threaten me and say she's going to beat me up.
And how old are you, young lady?
16.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. Don't you think
lying.
that you're
lying,
old
bitch.
enough not to be involved in this kind of goings-on? She said one of her friends was so afraid of you that she left town.
And who is this?
Tina.
Tina?
Yeah? Did you stalk Tina?
No, I didn't stalk Tina.
What did you do to Tina?
She had to move out of town.
Oh, did
I
she?
call that stalking somebody. If somebody
I
has
doubt
to
it.
move out of town.
What did you do to Tina?
Jeez.
What did you do to Tina? Tina, will you come on out?
That is bullshit, Goldie, because you know
Because
damn
you
well.
threw my
Oh, you
boyfriend.
Your boyfriend told me you guys were not going out. Kevin told me you were not going out, because if I would have known you were going out, I would not
Why
have
do you
touched him
bother
with
with him?
football. Look at how many times he's cheated on you.
I'm 6 and a
Is
half
he
months
worth
pregnant,
it?
and I gotta watch
Is he
my back
really
because
worth
of
it?
you.
Oh,
You know
do
what?
you? Yes, I do, Goldie. Wherever
You know
I go,
what?
I
We
want-
can't
you're
we
gonna
can't
be
hear and we
I
can't
chased you when I was
understand.
Yeah, you
months
chased
pregnant.
me.
Yeah.
When you were
Tina, you say that Goldie stalked you so much and made you so afraid you've left town. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I moved to Minnetonka because of you.
Because of me.
Because of you.
What did I do to you?
You
Oh,
do.
excuse
Yes,
my
I
language.
slept
You
with your
screwed my boyfriend when I was
Goldie.
4 months pregnant,
I
and
did
you
not
were a
know
prostitute.
Oh yeah, I was just so much a
Oh.
prostitute.
I want to ask Tina and Lacey if they're so afraid of Goldie, why didn't you get a restraining order like this gentleman
Because I
suggested?
already know
If we
it
would
would
have-
not work.
She would have her friends come after us.
Yeah, there's a
So what do we have? We have a camp in this. What town are we talking about?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Yes.
Do you know how big Minneapolis,
Do you know
Minnesota?
how many of her friends live in Minneapolis? Probably half of Minneapolis.
Half of Minneapolis?
I can't call the cops on her. She has a child. I can't do that. I'm
You
sorry.
can't do what?
Call the cops.
If
She
I'm
asked if the
stalking
cops
you, yeah,
would
you
know.
can.
No,
I
I
can't,
can't. Okay.
Goldie.
We'll just put it this way. After she punched me, I got a call 2 days later, and I got told if Goldie's baby got taken away from me, she was gonna put me in the hospital.
That what? If my baby
If your
got
baby got taken away from you.
What we are calling stalking, what we are calling bullying, may be the same thing. The answer is that all of you are behaving like honest 8 years old, 9 years old at the most. Now, when we come back, we're going to come back to this appetizing trio in a moment. When we come back, we want you to meet a young girl who is so afraid of the boys who are stalking her that she cannot go outside the house alone. How long has this been going on? What's it like? We'll find out. Stay tuned.
If you're watching Nosey, you're getting the drama. But on YouTube, you're part of the family.
Become a Nosey neighbor, and you'll get things like exclusive, never-seen bonus videos, uncensored and ad-free. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Join now for exclusive content.
Well, I consider that a pretty disgusting display. However, what would you do if someone were so obsessed with you that they devoted their every waking moment to following, calling, watching, and threatening you? And what if you thought that they wouldn't rest until they had destroyed your life or perhaps even done you bodily harm or killed you? As far as we know, Kevin is the only man in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Goldie is in charge, so I will know if I ever go to Minneapolis. Now, you were saying to me Kevin is the problem.
Kevin is the problem because apparently he has slept with so many of her friends that this anger continues to multiply inside of Goldie. I ain't no psychiatrist or anything like that, but it's clear to see that Goldie's self-esteem is taking a serious whipping behind everybody that Kevin has slept with.
You may be right. Now, you are not a psychiatrist, but Dr. Barry Lubetkin, welcome back, is a behavioral psychologist, and he's a stalking expert. And I think we have some pretty serious questions to ask you. This all appears like 8th grade high school stuff. It does not appear to me to be what I think of as stalking. Is very terrorizing. Somebody coming after you in a car, as Goldie said, in the middle of the night, calling. It seems to me that this could be harmless stuff.
Yes.
Is it harmless or is this serious stuff?
This is the beginning of an extraordinarily dangerous set of events. Stalking very, very often begins with bullying, begins with jealousy, begins with mild obsessions, beating people up, curse words, and it escalates to, well, it's out of control, and people develop an abnormal ongoing fixation to hurt and humiliate the other person.
So these 2 or 3 young ladies, if something isn't done to stem what I consider this silly bullying business, then that can be a major we can read about them.
There's no question about it. As a matter of fact, you pick up the newspaper and you read about deaths from stalking, and very often they began with these kinds of bullying experiences.
All right, I'm going to ask you to wait with us and watch, and I'll come to you from time to time and get some advice. And I need some now with Christy and her mother, Rebecca. Christy and her mother are joining us today in shadow and by satellite from an undisclosed location. Now that sounds kind of hokey, doesn't it? Oh, in the dark, you know, in satellite. Well, it isn't hokey. Christy's ex-boyfriend is stalking her, and she's terrified that her appearance on the show will drive him over the edge into a deadly rage. Christy says that when she broke up with him a little over a year ago, he went off the deep end. Christy, what is off the deep end? What kinds of things did he start doing to you after the breakup?
First of all, he started parking outside my house. His friends would drive him there. He'd start looking in through my bedroom windows, watching me constantly, making murder threats by calling on the phone or coming up to my door and talking to me personally. I'd go inside and change after school, and he'd make a call saying, oh, well, I liked your hair better up or down, however I had opposite, and what I was wearing, like, I liked the sweater you were wearing better before.
How did he know what sweater you were wearing before, Christy?
He watches me. He used to go out, when I'd go out for lunch.
How does he watch your bedroom? Does he, what kind of telescopic equipment would he need?
He would stand outside the window or park the car where he could see in. And with our blinds, there are slits in there so you can see. So it made it pretty easy for him to, you know, go ahead and watch. And
have you gone to the police?
Yes, we made several calls to the police. They patrol the area around my house now. It doesn't do any good if he's, you know, not there whenever they get there.
So, you know, he'd be in front of your house, the police come, and he leaves.
Right.
How long has this been going on, a year and a half?
Approximately a year, yeah.
Okay. What is life like for you daily?
I never know what's going to happen. I don't feel safe taking out the dogs even. I cannot walk up to a little store down the street because I'm afraid that he's going to approach me and I'm not sure what might happen. I walk around constantly scared with a little can of mace with me, knowing that that's the only protection I have against him.
Do you go out of the house alone?
Not anymore. I don't feel that I can. I'm followed no matter where I go. So if I'm with my boyfriend, he will follow in a car, on foot, wherever we're at. He's there, but he doesn't let us know. He'll call about it later on.
Do you think that eventually your ex-boyfriend will give this up? Do you expect it to end?
I don't see it anytime soon because he has done this for over a year and he does not seem to be letting up. I have an order of protection which he has violated on several occasions, and there's nothing they can do about it because if he's not there, it's just like I personally wrote up the order of protection, and you know, it just,
what do you
there's
mean
nothing I can do.
You're 16. What do you mean you broke the order of protection? I don't know.
He did.
He did.
He violated the order of protection on several occasions.
But the police are not there to catch him breaking the order.
Because he leaves, right, because he leaves. If he is not there, if I don't keep him there, they cannot do anything because there's no proof, no matter how many people are around and see him do it.
They have to see him do it. People around are not good enough.
Right.
Rebecca, as a parent, it has to be devastating to see your daughter going through something like this. Talk to me about it. Is she a prisoner in her own home?
It has definitely become that way. This is one of the most frightening things we've ever had to deal with, and we never pictured anything like this ever happening to us. So this has all been really new. We've had to change our whole way of living. We pull the blinds, the curtains are tight because we know he does watch through, and when we leave the house, we have to watch every single time. The prosecutors and the police have told us very definitely, you watch when you leave the house, when you come back, and when you get in and out of your car. And
do you have any
she's not
men
alone.
do you have any men in the house? Pardon me for being sexist. Do you have any men in the house?
Yes, my husband, the children's father.
What is his attitude to what somebody's doing to his daughter?
Well, it's very frightening for all of us, but he gets very angry, and you know, he would like to retaliate, but you can't do that. You cannot do that. You have to obey the laws, and I think that it's an emotional issue for everyone, but you know, especially a father. That's his little girl.
Please meet Crystal and her mother, Robin. Now, Crystal is 16 years old and has been stalked for over a year by a boy. In her case, she says she didn't even go out with him, so she doesn't understand why he's torturing her this way. Crystal, how did it start?
Well, we were talking, we were just friends, and he'd come over to visit me. Well, before school started, we decided that we didn't want to talk because it was a new school. And we wanted to meet new people, and we didn't want to.
But you weren't boyfriend or girlfriend, you didn't go out on a date. You were talking, the rights of teenagers today confound me. You're talking to somebody and you made a pact not to talk? You've lost me.
We decided not to see each other as much as we were. I guess he didn't like the fact that I didn't want to be tied down to him. I wanted to be with my other friends. And I think he got a little jealous, maybe. And he started some rumors about me that were totally untrue. First, he told people that I was pregnant by him, which there was no way that I could be.
9 months go by and that's it.
Yeah. Well, 6 or 7 months had went past, you know, and people were still saying this, and I wasn't showing it all, so people just dropped it. Well, then he started saying that I had AIDS to see if he could get it started again. So he didn't like the fact that I wasn't going along with what he was saying, so he had people tell me that they were going to kill me and beat me up, and he himself come up to me and told me that if I did not go along with what he said and I did not tell the truth, then he'd kill me himself. Well, then he had one of his friends, a girl from my school, beat me up because I wouldn't go along with them still after a couple weeks of the rumor. She beat me up and I had 2 black eyes. My arms were full of bruises. I had cuts by my eyes.
Did you call the police?
They didn't do anything.
They took a report, but they said that there wasn't a whole lot they could do.
The police said there was nothing they could do. All beaten up, and that's called assault.
Right.
What kind of police department? What police department is it?
It's the Saginaw City.
Saginaw City.
Yeah.
Okay. That's assault, you know.
Right.
Are you still afraid of him?
Yeah. I can't go outside my house without being with my parents or a big group.
But what's it like as a mother?
It's very scary.
I would think so.
You just don't know which way to turn. She can't go roller skating. She can't go to the mall. She can't go.
Do you
to
have
movies
any
or
other
anything.
relatives she could live with in another place?
No.
No.
No other
Everybody lives
family.
right there in town.
You have no family in any other city or anything.
No.
Wow. When we come back, this woman says that stalkers have to be stopped no matter what, even if they are members of your own family. Find out what she means. And Dr. Barry, what's going on? What is life like for a victim after the stalking is stopped? Meet Tara. Now, Tara is probably, Barry, a good example of what you're talking about. She's 19. When she was 17, she was stalked by a guy that she barely knew. She says he terrified her so much now she just can't trust anyone. Tara, how did he stalk you? What did he do?
First, it started out with the phone calls. He would call my parents all time of the night and tell them that he wanted me, and we went to the cops, and the cops wouldn't do nothing. They just told them to let me talk to him. Maybe it'll leave him alone or whatever, get him away from me.
Let me talk to him, maybe he'll go away. Dr. Barry, is that good police advice?
It's absurd.
Absurd,
Absurd.
okay. What police department was that?
Newfane, New York.
Okay, I'm getting a lot of police towns that might not want to visit. So did you talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to him, and that made matters worse.
Of course.
He started calling more, and he was the kind of guy that wouldn't take no for an answer. I know other people that knew him, and he would beat up on his old girlfriends, and every time I would tell him, no, I don't want nothing to do with you, stay away, he would start getting really angry. Started telling me he's coming over to get me, and nothing's gonna stop him, and he'd do what he have to do.
What's the effect on your life?
It's hard to trust anybody.
Of course, what Barry was talking about, exactly. Has it stopped? Did you change your phone number, people are thinking?
I changed my phone number and I had to move.
You did move?
Yeah.
Did that help?
I haven't been around the area, so I haven't seen him.
You moved far away.
Yeah, he broke into our house, went through my drawers. Cops said, you know, about that guy over there, about getting a restraining order. It's not that easy. I went to the cops more than once. They said they couldn't do nothing unless he did something to me first.
Well, wait, isn't breaking and entering, just like, I seem to have a very bad grasp on the law. Breaking and entering is not illegal in your town?
It is, but they wouldn't do nothing. I've called them plenty of times, and they were familiar with this guy. They knew him from the law because a lot of other stuff that he had done.
And they would not do anything for breaking and entering?
They wouldn't do nothing.
So did you move with your family, or did you move
No,
by?
I moved by myself.
How's your life like now? What is it like after this ordeal?
I have a lot of nightmares about it. It's hard to trust a lot of people. I'm afraid someday he's going to find me, he's going to come back, and I wonder if he's out there maybe doing it to somebody else. Somebody sends you flowers or something, or calls you, you think it's starting all over again.
I can understand that. The more you listen to these stories, the more you wonder what kind of madman or mad woman becomes a stalker, especially at such a young age. Today we've been talking about something that is very devastating. We know a lot about the violence in our society, and it always frightens me when I find out how young it starts. Well, we're talking with teens who are being stalked, and I think that every stalking victim and their parents are in great fear that this nightmare will end in a tragedy. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened to my next guest. This is Vicki, and for support, her sister Rhonda. In July of this year, Vicki's 17-year-old daughter, Mindy, was brutally murdered by an ex-boyfriend who'd been stalking her. Now, Vicki, you've heard the stories the young girls have told today, and what happened to your daughter is, of course, the worst thing imaginable. Do you fear that what happened to her could happen to somebody else?
Most definitely, and it can also happen a lot quicker than what you think, or it could go on for a long period of time before it happens.
Our condolences. Are you strong enough to tell us the story?
I can try.
Okay. You want me to come down and stand closer to you? Tell me what happened.
Mindy was dating this boy for 2 years, and she felt that she loved him and they were going to get married. And
She was how old when she started? 15, right?
Mm-hmm. And when she turned 17, they were planning on getting married in July of this year. And they wanted to get an apartment together, and so I allowed her to do that, hoping that she would find that that's not the relationship she wanted.
Why? Did you have suspicions about him?
Oh, definitely. He had assaulted a member of my household, and we had reported it to the police last November, and he was banned from our house. And she was supportive of, you know, how I felt and my wishes. And
So you thought, I'll let her do what she wants, and as a good mother, she'll come too. She'll see that this is not right.
The school describes her as very intelligent, mature, and that's the way I felt. I had a lot of faith in her to see that that's not the relationship she wanted. So after she moved in with him, and within a short period of time, the wedding was canceled. And 3 weeks after she moved back home, he had been leaving her letters, wanting to write her poetry, you know, the undying love type scenario, calling her, and she was trying to make him understand why she didn't want to be in the relationship. Unfortunately, she was successful, that he finally did believe that it was over, and that was when he murdered her.
How did that happen?
He, on a Sunday night, I work at a police department, and I was at work. I supervise a 911 center.
My gosh.
And my county is the adjoining county, and where I live, and I called them and told them that she was on a date. She'd come home. He'd been prowling around my house. He'd gone in my house twice, gone through her things, taken some of her possessions.
Sound familiar?
Was in the trunk of her car, was under the hood of her car. My son was home. And he parked his car down the road so he could prowl around. When she came home from her date, he was banging on the truck. And so the boy that she was dating left, and then he got scared for her, so he came back. So Mindy left with him and called me at work. That was when I found out it happened. And I had her stay the night in another town so that she would be safe. I called our county sheriff's department, and they came to my house and took the incident information from me over the phone from my son at home, and they never even went and speak to him.
What happened?
Then that very same day, because this is around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, that very same day they issued him a gun permit, and he went and purchased a gun.
Wait. The police had already had reports on him, and they issued him a gun permit?
Yes.
What was he supposed to do with this gun?
In Michigan, you can go in, walk in, and if you don't have a background felony, you can receive a permit to purchase a gun.
Okay, he got a gun.
Yeah, he got a gun, and he had been calling her on Monday and Tuesday, and I had conversation with her because he had taken some of her personal belongings. You know, just let him have it. If, you know, he had taken her car, just let him have it. And that was how I left it with her. And then he had called her on Tuesday night, told her to come on over the next day because he just had accepted that they were, you know, not going to be together, and that all he wanted was for her to be happy and she could have her things. So she went over there, she drove in the driveway, and he shot her down in the driveway.
And the police who wouldn't follow the story and wouldn't do any of that, what was their comment? What was their answer?
I haven't received any answer for them for why they didn't contact her.
Where is he?
He's in the Eaton County Jail in Michigan, pending trial. The trial is in January.
Do you have any words of advice?
The one thing that I think that I could have done different was to be more educated, that things escalate fast, that you need to know, first place, what stalking is. It's not following a person around solely. It's obsessive behavior. It's leaving notes in your car. It's an unwillingness of that person to want to be around you, stay away from them. If they don't, they're stalking you. And furthermore, whether you're being stalked or not, find out in your community how your department responds to those types of calls. You have a right as a citizen to know.
So far, we've had 5 police departments that were not responding.
Go ask them, if I have this situation, what's your policies and procedures? How do you respond? How are you going to follow up? What are you going to do? What can I do? What can I teach my child so that they know how to handle it if it should happen to them before it happens? Kids need to know what stalking is so that early in a relationship is easier to get out of than once you've gotten to the point where it's escalated.
Goldie, Lacey, we started with what sounded like very stupid 8th grade stuff. You were sitting.
She hasn't let go of it. That's what it is, 8th grade stuff.
I'm not asking you to argue about Goldie, and I'm not asking Goldie to argue about you. I'm asking you to look at this mother, who it probably at the very beginning seemed like very silly little boy not being able to accept rejection, and all the various steps in between. What we've done is taken you from that to this horrifying, horrifying thing. Through the girls and their dates and all that. Think about that. Because, Dr. Barry, that's where it goes, right?
Absolutely. This is the kind of escalation that occurs over and over again.
That's where it starts, and that's where it ends. We'll be right back.
I have a question for the first young lady, Goldie. Early in the show, I noticed that you were crying. I want to know why.
Why was she crying, Dr. Barry? You're pretty good at this.
I think Goldie was crying because I think she's in a lot of pain. I think the pain may be partly the possessiveness that she feels about this boyfriend. The pain may be that this thing has gotten wildly out of control and she can't bring it back to home base. But she obviously is in pain. Stalkers are in pain. They are hurting, they are obsessive, they often... That's lovely.
Take a break, we'll be right back.
Really lovely.
We were saying that sometimes the police say, what did you do to egg him on? So again, we have to make sure that they understand who the victims are and who the perpetrators are. Yes?
This is for Goldie, Lacey, and Tina. Have you learned your lesson after hearing this lady's story?
Has this done anything to the three of you? Or are you going to walk out of here and continue?
One question. What lesson is there for us to learn?
This is ridiculous.
It's not our fault. It's her boyfriend's
seems
fault.
like
So
it's
whenever
all your
you
fault.
get through.
You see? I think I'm going to let you talk. Dr. Barry, when I don't know what to do, I throw it to the expert. Go ahead. The stalking
I'll do a tap dance.
No, I don't ask you to solve it. I ask you to tell people that,
Yes.
that it's terribly serious, even at that stage.
It is terribly, particularly at the teenage years, where your personality is really being molded, where there are all sorts of tremendous peer pressures. We have something called teenage territorialism, where teenagers become extremely possessive of that which they believe belongs to them.
Their turf, their
Their
girlfriend,
turf,
their
their
boyfriend.
girlfriend. Absolutely.
I have kids who are up in the patio who say it's my block.
That's right.
I said, did you build it?
That's right.
You know?
And one of the great problems with boys is that when you say no to a boy, he hears maybe very often, okay? He's not able to let go. Sometimes it's because the message is not clear and assertive. Sometimes it's his problem, and it has nothing to do with the girl who's offering the message. But boys don't hear no. The other thing that teenagers must be aware of is how to screen the new relationships. Ask him about his old girlfriends. How jealous does he get? Has he been violent in the past? You know, we spend more time looking for a new car than we do screening new relationships. And teenagers particularly are naive about this.
Perfect. We'll be right back. Perfect. Vicki, I don't have words to make this any easier. I've been there. Nobody had words for me, and I don't have words for you. Safe to say, we'll be watching the story. Okay, and maybe when sometimes you put a light on things, maybe that makes it a little bit more definite, a little easier. I want you two to three. I want a truce. Do you understand? No, I don't want.
Get back to Minneapolis, it'll be a truce here. But once we get back to Minneapolis, look out. I know Goldie. I've been through.
You know what? Being the mother of teenagers has taught me one thing.
Even more.
Thank you all for being with us.